Hello YouTube, I'm looking at the homepage of 1867 and today I want to look at the badge section. So let's scroll down the page and look at the badges. There's a fair number of badges in the 1867 game and there'll be 3 more very soon. Just you wait until December and then you can gain 3 special December badges, but that's for later on. So you can see there's quite a few different badges, and although it's fun for players to gain these badges, the badges are also valuable for us in the developers team to work out a little bit of good feedback as to what gamers do when they enter 1867. The first column of numbers states badges won yesterday. Well, actually, it's the day. What it means is the badges that are won from this moment going back 24 hours into the past. So these are the players who played it today. And the second column are the total number of badges since the badge has been introduced. Number of badges won ever. There. Let's look at this row first. The welcome badge. Now that's not good. 6 players only have come today. That is disappointing. Usually it's about 50 or so. Has been more. I think the highest I've seen it is at 150. But 50 was our average, so this is really disappointing. So 6 players have gained the welcome badge. Now let's scroll down and look at the Ector Tower badge. Oh, look, 5 players have actually walked forward a few steps. So out of those 6 players, one of them has not walked forward. And it's my guess that they've got a device that's old and they're experiencing lag. So maybe the game didn't load properly, or just loading too slowly, and they've just got fed up and gone somewhere else. Now it's possible they may have actually done a U-turn and walked out of the city, but I think if they're a new player, they're not going to. They're going to walk forward. So we've got 6 players, and 5 of those have walked forward. Let's look at the totals. The totals say, in total, just over 2,000 players have played the game so far, and out of those 2,000 players, this is where it gets a bit harder because the badge was added later than the very first badge, which is the welcome badge. But it gives you an indication that not everybody, in fact only a small proportion, walk forward and gain the very first badge. So a large number are leaving the game. I'm guessing it's because of lag. The game is complex, it's got many parts, and I've spoken to many players and many people have said that they do experience lag. In fact, when I play it on my iPad or on my iPhone, I do struggle. I'm not struggling at the moment because I'm using a high graphics card on my laptop, but if I go on the iPad or on my iPhone, then I do struggle. So that shows that a large proportion are leaving the game before they walk around. Now it's very hard to draw statistics from a small number, so often it's better to look at the totals rather than the daily totals, because obviously when you have a small number of players and a small number of stats, then it's a bigger chance of deviations, which means you cannot make deductions so strongly from a small data sample. Even still, I'm going to look at the totals won today. Now, out of those 6 players, 5 have walked forward, and 1 person has found up the Pure Collector. And that tells me that 1 player is playing the game the way we want it to be played, which is to walk around, click on Pure, collect some Pure, walk to the Pure Collector and get some money from the Pure. At least I'm assuming that's what they're doing. Or they could have walked into the Pure Collector completely randomly, but I'm guessing that one person is actually collecting Pure. But look, they're not spending their money. Nobody has gained the I rented a room badge. So that one person who clicked on the Pure Collector, which I guess that person has been around collecting Pure, they haven't realised that they can spend their money and get the I rented a room badge. In fact, let's look at the totals. Out of the 1,000 or so, just under 1,000 who visited the Pure Collector, only a tiny proportion have actually spent their money. So we need to make it more clear to players what they can do after they've got the centimes from selling the Pure. And that's done by better education, building some tutorials, and we've got some tutorials now on YouTube, or giving more clear instructions on the different sites that we use for social media, Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Now let's go and look at the totals for today. We've got one person who's visited the Pure Collector, and I'm going to guess it's the same person, although I can't confirm this, who's been around and met the town sweep. Ah, we've got two people here who've been exploring the game. So I'm going to guess that out of these 5 people who have walked forward, 2 of them have done some thorough explorations, and one of them, I'm guessing now one of them, has explored even more and been collecting Pure. Now it might be a different person collecting Pure to the person who went inside the house and found the town sweep, but I'm going to guess and make an assumption it's the same person, although that is just really a guess. So by looking at these totals, we can make a fair assumption as to what people do when they play the game and how they play the game. And so it gives us a little bit more feedback, not only about players and how they play the game, but what we ought to do to make the game easier to play. Well, that was enough of me for rambling for today. Why don't you find up 1867? Click on play and play the game for yourself. And if you do, play it and find a Pure Collector, earn some money, and find the rented sign along the street to rent a room and get this badge. Well, enjoy the game, and if you can, subscribe to the channel. But for now, bye!